Hello, just another short video about electric cars in general. Really, I'm talking to you from my Tesla Model 3, and I thought I'd talk to you about charging and the cost of charging and the perceived inconvenience. I know when a few years ago, I think some papers are still doing it now, saying about electric cars, what a disaster it'd be for the grid. This is in the UK. If everybody comes home in their electric car and plugs in after work, so everybody returns home, puts their lead in their home charger. They use about, I've got one, they use about 7 kilowatts an hour, which is quite a lot, but it's actually about the same as an electric shower, but of course it's continuous. I mean, an electric shower, you can shower for a few minutes, but of course you charge the electric car 4 hours. So people are saying it'll be a disaster, the grid will collapse and all hell will let loose. Well, there's a bit of a point, because if loads more people had electric cars, because the number of electric cars in the UK, the percentage is, I don't think it's 1%, it's really low. So obviously at the moment that's not a problem, but supposing magically we had 1 million electric cars in the UK right now, and everybody drove home, plugged it in at 5 o'clock after work, and disaster would ensue. Well, maybe it would, but it doesn't, because companies like Octopus, and there's Octopus Go, which has a low charging cost between 12:30 and 4:30 in the morning. I mean, really low, 5p a kilowatt. The standard sort of rate per kilowatt in the UK is about 15p a kilowatt. It's a third of the price. And anyone who's got an electric car would go on Octopus Go. Well, they've got another system, Octopus Agile, which I'm going to go on eventually, because I think it is a better one, even cheaper. But what that means is people won't come home and plug their car in and at 5 o'clock, the peak time, because that would be silly. Because with this, with smart meters, they have variable cost on charging all through the day. Every half an hour, the cost could change throughout the day. It's using technology to sort out a problem. And not only does it sort the problem out, it actually makes the grid work better, because under Octopus Agile, they would charge you less and will inform you when they're going to charge less. It can even go into negative figures where they pay you to use power. Because what they don't want, and this is the same with all electricity companies, they don't want up and down. They don't want a big TV event, say the World Cup or something, and then everyone, or half time, we go and turn the kettle on. That's disastrous for electricity companies, because electricity companies can't really store power, and it's difficult for them. So they don't want it to go rock and roll. They want it nice and level. They'd like everyone to use lots of power, but evenly throughout the 24 hours. So actually, people with electric cars could help even out the electricity surges, because they're being encouraged to charge at odd times of day. And it's no inconvenience to the owners, because cars can be programmed to charge any time you like. And on the Tesla especially, on the app on the phone, I mean, I can plug the car in but not have it charging, and turn it on when Octopus says it's a good time to turn it on for me, which would be obviously really odd times. Actually, saying that, there has been times where it's been very, very, very cheap, even gone to negative, charging at midday, which seems quite a convenient time, to say the least. Midday, 12 o'clock midday. That's because, and I'm guessing a bit, but I think I'm right, they are gearing up for the massive jolt of power usage when people come home from work. So they've got too much power at midday, because they're preparing for the big period, which is about 4 till 8 really, which is the big drain period. So they were gearing up for that, so they had too much power at 12 o'clock. So electric cars could and will even out that curve, because by charging people less for electricity, people will be using it when it's good for the power companies, because power companies don't want to turn off their windmills or their because the company Octopus and Bulb are very good. They use all green power, all reusable power, but as I say, all electric companies don't want to turn off their systems. They don't want to turn their generators down or off or anything. They want a nice steady flow. A steady flow is very difficult. So by using these meters and encouraging people to turn on the washing machine when they've got lots of power, and turn everything off when they're a bit stretched, and they can do that by pricing and by smart meters. Smart meters, very clever things. One of the early ones had smart meters. The first ones that came out weren't so good. They had faults and things. But the number 2, or whatever it's called, it's called something smart meters. This is the second generation smart meter. They actually work properly. So that's the one you want. Well, that's the one you'll get. If you apply for a smart meter now, you'll get a good meter. And it's not just for people with electric cars, it's for people, everybody. Everybody can sort their power uses out. And it's better for you to eat in the middle of the day anyway. So if you turn your cooker on in the middle of the day, and it's to be cheaper then. Anything to avoid the dreaded 4 till 8 in the evening, afternoon, evening, the killer moment. So there you go. And get your electric car. Not only will, as opposed to what has been said, electric cars damaging the grid, they can actually help the grid. I mean, the future, way down the line, not in my lifetime, electric cars, be so many of them carrying around. I mean, they'd be like mobile storage facility for electricity. They could be used to give to give power to the grid. I think they've got some kind of plant like that in Japan, and that would be amazing. Completely flatline the grid, which would make it so much more efficient. So as opposed to people saying electric car people, they'll be killing the world and all that, they'll be messing up no, actually electric car people could be saving the power companies. They could be sorting everything out, let alone saving the stinking oil and the stinking pollution. And so it's all a plus thing. So yeah, there's something to look forward to in these dreaded times when it's all a bit sad. I went for the other day. I feel like it never again. I only went for a sandwich and a Coke, and had to sign a thingy saying track and trace, whatever. I thought, which is fair enough. If it helps, it helps. But it takes. Well, I have to be quite honest, I'd rather not go out, so I probably won't be doing that again. And that's about it, really. There's political things going on, which very odd. There's this is in the UK. A footballer, Gary Lineker, has taken some people in who a lot of people crossing the channel, escaping from whatever horrors they have lived in. And these people are desperate, these people are needy. And Gary Lineker, a footballer very well off, is taking some people in, which is a good thing. And I know, and a lot of people, if anyone's watching this will know, a lot of people say, oh, why is he taking in these foreigners? Why isn't he taking in poor British people? Well, for one thing, it's his money. And for another thing, I feel the people who say, why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? It's a bad thing. For one thing, he is helping somebody, or helping a few people. I can't help feeling the people who are saying, why is he doing this? Those people aren't helping anybody and will never help anybody. And never will help anybody. They just think Gary Lineker should be giving his money to them. But that's the way it is. how can it be, but people will say bad things, how can it be bad to help anybody? No, we got to help people. You imagine how dire straits those people are in. We got some, or they said a bad word, I suppose I should really say it. There's some Google-eyed fellow, Nigel, whatever, and he's out there spying with his binoculars on the cliffs, looking out to see if people are coming across. These sad people with their families risking their lives to come across, because the water's quite rough in the English Channel. And he's there sort of like King Canute. He's there sort of watching over, wanting them to drown. He's an absolute piece of whatever. It makes you annoyed. He wouldn't help anybody. He wouldn't give you the time of day. Anyway, what can be said? Well, I said too much. Too long, this video anyway. Nobody watches my videos, as I always say. But if you have watched it and you like it, give it a tick, and or if you want to subscribe. It seems unlikely because I say so few people watch my videos. But anyway, that's my thoughts for the day. It's pretty cloudy. Winter's coming, and but fairly upbeat. Mostly this one. It's not my usual moan until the last bit. But anyway, see you soon, and you take care. Bye bye.